Hi! Within this lecture, we're going to start working on network sniffing. What I mean by network sniffing is that understanding what kind of servers, what kind of requests and responses our app is dealing with. Okay, so far we have used APK tool and other measures in order to gather some information about Firebase application IDs or collection names. So let me show you what I mean. Just install this APK from scratch on your phone, on your emulator, and you know how to do this. You can either drag and drop it, you can email it, you can install it via ADB, anything you want. Okay, make sure it's installed. Now we have gathered actually this Firebase application ID, Firebase collection name, but maybe we wouldn't be able to get this in under some circumstances. I don't know, maybe they're using some kind of advanced encryption technique that we cannot actually decompile it with using APK tool or JDX, so that we have to do some other things in order to gather this information. And if you come across in a situation like this, then you should be able to sniff the network, sniff the data, and in order to do that, I'm going to show you a tool. But before we go into that, I'm going to show you two things. First, if you go to unicornitems.com, and you don't have to do that, by the way, you can just watch it, you will see that it starts with HTTP. It doesn't have any HTTPS and it shows as unsecure, okay, not secure. If you go to my website or any popular website like this, you will see there is an HTTPS, there is a lock sign over here, a padlock sign, which shows that this indeed use an HTTPS connection. So HTTPS stands for Secure HTTP, and it encrypts the content of the requests and responses. So even though you may get the idea, you may get the content from sniffing the network, you may not be able to decrypt it. Okay, we're going to see how to get the data and how to decrypt the data as well. We will attempt to decrypt it, but we're going to do what we can do best in order to do that, and we're going to try and get the Firebase IDs and collection names out of this operation. And the Firebase hacking is not the only way, or is not the only reason that you can use this network sniffing. We're trying to learn a new skill over here, okay? So in order to do that, I'm gonna go for Google, okay, and I'm going to search for Charles proxy. So it's spelled like this, so Charles proxy, and this is a tool that is used for web debugging, okay? And in order to download it, all you have to do is just go to charlesproxy.com and install it. So there are a couple of other tools as well, but I have tried all of them, and Charles Proxy is the best one that is working currently. And this is not even for Android. This is built in for web, this is built in for computers, but we're going to use it with Android emulator anyhow, and we're going to sniff the network of our own. So if you go to Downloads tab, you will see that this is working for Windows, Mac OS, and Linux as well. So whether you're on Windows or any other operating system, it doesn't matter. Just choose yours, okay? And there is a free version of Charles as well. It only goes for 30 days, I believe. But it's sufficient for us right now, right? So you can just try it, and maybe you can delete it and install it one more time later on. But if you like it, maybe you can even buy it. So there are app repositories on Linux. So if you're on Linux, you can just install it by running apt-get install Charles proxy. And if you're on Windows, you can just download it. And if you're on Mac OS, you can again download it as well. It's pretty easy to download and install it, so I'm not gonna shoot another video for Windows, okay, by the time you can actually install it on your own. I trust you. Just download the suitable one for your operating system, and make sure you install it. I'm going to show you how to do that in Mac OS, but it's pretty easy. It's pretty straightforward. Just double click on it and hit next, next, and install, and it will be finished. Okay, so let me minimize this. Let me find the file that I have downloaded over here. So here you go. I have the Charles proxy DMG. I believe I have restarted it for some reason, so let me just delete this, and let me delete this one more time, and I believe, yeah, so this is done. Let me just minimize this, come over here, and let me minimize this as well. So here you go. So once you download it, you can just double click on it, and you can agree with the license, okay, and it will open for you. So all you have to do is just drag and drop the application into the application folder. As you can see, it has a pretty ugly icon like this. So if you just move it, I'm going to say replace because I had an existing one, so it will just move the application into the applications folder, and that's it. So in Windows, most probably you have clicked on next, next, and install, and then you can delete the installation files because we're done with it. So once you do that, you can just find the application from your applications folder or in your desktop in Windows, okay, just run it. So double click on the Charles icon. It will ask you if you want to open it or not. Just say yep, open it, and it will start up the Charles. So this is web debugging proxy, and it acts as a middleman when you try to send a request from any application to the internet, or when you get a response from internet, it will try to capture it. And as you can see, it's already started for me. So since I'm sending some requests and getting some responses from the internet, I have some existing connections on my computer, it captures them. Okay, so it's working. So you don't even have to do anything. Of course, it captures, but in order to overcome the HTTPS problem, we're gonna do a little bit more configuration. And we're going to see how to do that within the next lectures.